Hi, this is Loren Lockman, and I'm coming to you from the Tanglewood Wellness Center at our brand new location. We've just opened yesterday at a new location here in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. And I am here with my longtime, 10-year or so friend, and now finally client, Shelly, who's come to us from New England. And we're going to be talking with Shelly throughout his 6-week process about what's going on for him now and how things change for him, so you get a chance to actually see what happens. So Shelly, if you would, first of all, maybe you can tell everybody a little bit about how you came to know about Tanglewood in the first place.
I met a friend from work. His name was Jan. He introduced me to raw foods and fasting. And Jan had you come up one time, and we all got together.
Several times, actually.
Well, starting with, yes, there were several times, absolutely.
Right. And you made it to one of those times.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, yep. And it's been great being in touch with you all these years. So it's been about 10 years since we met.
Mm-hmm.
And you were on the path for a while and then shifted off the path again for a while.
Yep.
What was it that prompted you to contact me a month or so ago and get you here now?
I had been getting worse, and I went to my son's graduation, had some sort of attack. It was very scary, and I knew that I had a foot in the grave. It was time to do something. It was either that or surgery, and surgery just not the answer.
Okay. And you're talking about, for everybody's benefit here, because you and I both know this, but you have a history of heart issues in your family.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is painful. You have recently lost your 48-year-old brother.
Yep.
You lost your father.
Yep.
You lost your grandfather and several other male members of your family.
Yep.
And you started to experience heart issues.
Oh, yes.
So blood pressure was very high,
Mm-hmm.
some other things going on. That must have been really scary.
It was the scariest thing I've ever had to deal with.
I can imagine. So tell everybody, you've been here just for not even 24 hours yet, or just about 24 hours, right?
Yep.
Has anything shifted for you yet?
Well, I've had really almost no issues with my chest. My neck has felt fine.
Because that had been an issue.
Oh, very much so.
I mean, we've been in pretty close communication for the last month,
Mm-hmm.
and you had some pretty significant scares, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Absolutely.
You were worried about whether you'd survive to get here.
That was a big concern. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, what did you do?
Well, I took some good advice from somebody, yourself, and I switched to raw diet immediately, fruits and greens.
Okay.
And the first few days were tough, but I tell you, after 4 days, I felt better than I had in months.
Yeah.
The heart issues, the palpitations, the neck throbbing, it almost completely disappeared.
That's terrific. Yeah, and that's just under a month. And you mentioned that you had last been weighed, what was it?
In January, I weighed 374 pounds.
374 pounds in January. And had that changed much up until the last month or two?
I didn't think so. I mean, I had been trying to eat better, which wasn't really happening. I think I was just eating a little bit less of the bad stuff.
Okay.
But I think the real significant changes happened these last 3 weeks.
Just these last 3 weeks. And so you were quite surprised today, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
To see that you're down 61 pounds from where you were in January. And that's terrific. That's a wonderful thing. Your blood pressure also not nearly as high as you thought it might be based on the last time it was read.
Yeah.
Now, I don't expect there's been too much change in 24 hours.
Right.
But we are going to start to see some significant things shift. So, anything else you'd like to talk about?
Well, it's been fascinating being here finally. To be in this surrounding is so peaceful. It makes this so much easier. I couldn't possibly have done this at home.
Yeah.
No matter what intentions I had, in my family too. There's just too much happening, too much going on, bills coming in, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And thankfully they support me in being here. So
that's wonderful.
This is the place to be right now.
And now it's taken you a while to get here. Was that because you were concerned about my ability to supervise you through the process, or?
That was my fear of leaving my family for a long time.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
But are you feeling comfortable here now?
I am,
and they're doing
good.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm just so glad they're doing good.
Yeah.
And they want me to be here to get this taken care of.
They miss you. They want you to be home, but they want you to get healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other option isn't too good, so we don't want to go that way.
Right. Well, there should be no need for any medical intervention as long as we stay the course, I think. And if you're watching this, stay tuned. We'll plan on, as Shelly feels up to it, catching up at least once a week, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And Shelly's here for 6 weeks, planning on fasting for between 30 and 32 days, depending on what's going on. And then he'll have the last 10 days refeeding on fruit. And I suspect by the time you leave here on August 25th,
Yeah. 25th.
we're going to be looking at and talking to a completely different person. Thanks very much, Shelly.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.